have to go to City Hall.
Yes. Yeah.
And we would do, basically they would look around for whatever judge was finishing up and that we could get in. So it so happened this particular day, we went to the courtroom of Judge Sabo, who was just finishing up. And it was the Mumia case. He was in chambers taking his robe off, and Judge Klein was in Judge Sabo's chambers putting his robe on, and I was setting up my steno machine.
I see.
And they were chatting, and I wasn't paying attention to their conversation. They're pretty much, how do you like the civil bench? How, do you miss criminal, this and that. And
it was just like this, that, the other thing.
This, that, and the other thing. And then, it had turned to Judge Klein was asking him about the particular case. And like I said, I was not paying attention. So when my ears tuned in, I'm not sure what the setup was exactly, but Judge Sabo, the tenor was, he was basically complaining about both the lawyers in the case, saying like he was frustrated. It seemed like he was frustrated with the DA, that he was trying to basically feed him what to say, and the guy wasn't saying it right, and this and that. And one thing led to another, and Judge Klein's question to him was, well, what are you going to do? And this is the phrase I hate saying, but I'm just repeating. Judge Sabo said, what? He was standing up, getting ready to get his coat on. He said, I'm going to help him fry the nigger.
Wow.
So what really affected me was I knew this was the beginning of the case. And
so that phrase kind of shocked you into consciousness.
Well, yeah, and I mean, he hadn't even heard any evidence yet. I mean, not to mention the fact that he'd used a racial slur. That was certainly, and also he was saying he was going to help. I mean, he was indicating to me he'd made up his mind that he was guilty and he was going to help him.
Right.
Make sure the case went a certain way.
There was actually a judge, and Judge Sabo insisted that he was. A judge is supposed to be the neutral arbiter.
Correct. Yes, you're not supposed to make up your mind. Even if you do, you're certainly not supposed to influence the trial. You're just supposed to rule on. So it was upsetting. That's right. That's right. And there is such a thing as judge shopping, and that it's harder and harder to do that. It apparently at one point was easier, but and Judge Sabo was apparently known for being prosecution oriented, and was known for. I mean, nobody seemed surprised that he used a racial slur. Like when I said that, it was like nobody. It didn't register. It was like, And as far as I was concerned, while that in itself was shocking, I also felt that had Judge Sabo said, I'm going to help him fry the nice young man in the white Oxford shirt, or something, it was still, it was not a fair trial.
There are two aspects to it. One of them, the racial slur, and the other thing, obstructing justice, basically.
Exactly, yes.